Okay. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Let me know if you are here. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you're here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Super excited to be here. Super excited to have you on board this morning. I'm streaming on YouTube, so you can join me on YouTube for the full expression of this morning's class. We're going to be streaming on YouTube before I eventually log out of Telegram. So here we are right now. The YouTube link is up there. You will find it. We'll just pin it so that everybody can have it. Okay, just a second. Please, can any admin please pin the YouTube link? All right, good morning, everyone. And how has it been? How are you doing? I believe you are doing great, and I believe that you're cracking your wealth code. Now, if you have not gotten the copy of Crack Your Wealth Code, I really don't know what you're doing. I really do not know what you're doing. So get on board, get the link, and get right into it. Okay, very important. You need to supercharge your life, not just this season, but every season of the coming year. You need to supercharge your earning power. You need to crack your wealth code. All right. So it's very important that you get the book so you are running with it all the time. And today is going to be so special because I'm keen in I'm kind of keen into everything that we've been talking about cracking your wealth code. All right. And this, I also want to say this, that this is um, probably the last financial mentorship boot camp for the year that is starting almost immediately. So if you need, now we've been talking about all of these things. However, this final session of the financial boot camp is going to be super, super loaded. And I want you to sign up and join. And for the last part of financial boot camp, I'm going to be there live all through. So whatever it is you're doing, get on board now. All right, get on board now. All right, so today I'm going to be talking about supercharging your earning power before the year runs out. That is, what can you do before the year runs out. And I'm going to be showing you actionable steps to supercharge your income. Supercharge your income. How many people would like that? How many people think they need to supercharge their income? So I welcome everyone this morning again. And I know you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. You're doing the right things, and you are about to get the right result. If you believe that, come on, say, yes, that is me. That is me, right? So I'm going to be showing you today, specifically, actionable steps to supercharge your income. Now, listen to me. I'm saying it again. Please join the Financial Mentorship Bootcamp. It's going to be live. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to take all of these things and work you through them at the Financial Mentorship Bootcamp. Okay? You need to be there. You need to be there. You need to be there. So sign up and join in now. So today, I want to give you a clear, practical roadmap for increasing your income within the next, I think it's now 40, it's no more 60 days. It's now 48 days. We started with 60 days, but today is now 48 days to the end of the year. So I want to show you, I want to give you a clear, practical roadmap for increasing your income within the next 48 days. And we're going to combine biblical wisdom, right, with strategic action and faith-driven brutal execution, right? Brutal execution. So if we have been joking, please tell your neighbor, stop playing. Let's get into business right now. Let's get into real practical business. It's not the hearer of the word that is blessed, but the doer of the work. Thank you. Come on, say, stop playing. Let's get right into business. Okay? So here, this is, I call it the end of year Kingdom Wealth Activation class. The end of year Kingdom Wealth Activation class. Do not miss this opportunity to be in this 6 weeks class that will change your life. That will be a hand holding as we practically practice all of these things that I've been teaching you, how to supercharge your income. It's going to be practical. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be life-changing. And indeed, you're going to end this year with a bang. Sign up right now. Please help me sign up. Put it on the YouTube channel as well, on the YouTube channel. And I see all my family on YouTube. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. All right. Okay, so let's pray and declare together. Come on, say, Father, in the name of Jesus, I decree that the next 48 days will be marked by divine acceleration. Come on, and increase. Every hidden opportunity assigned to me this year will be revealed and delivered to me. My products, my services, my ideas receive supernatural visibility. I am led by your spirit to profitable partnerships and open doors. I receive wisdom to manage wealth. I receive wisdom to invest rightly and to build lasting impact. Every wasted year, month, or moment is redeemed by your power. I declare that the wealth of the nations is flowing into kingdom hands, including mine. Come on, say, including mine. Say with conviction, including mine. I am positioned as a kingdom financier. I am positioned as a kingdom financier, a channel of blessing to others. Lord, I declare that my business, my career, my finances testify that you are faithful in the name of Jesus. I want you now to say this with greater conviction. Greater conviction. Let me feel you where I am. Let me hear you where I am. Come on, declare with conviction. I carry the grace for wealth creation. I do not chase money. Money recognizes my value and flows towards me. I'm a solution provider. I'm a light in the marketplace. I'm a steward of divine resources. My storehouses are full. My seed is blessed. My harvest is abundant. I finish this year strong, prosperous, positioned for kingdom expansion. I am walking in divine favor, wisdom, and increase to the glory of God. I am unstoppable. I am prosperous. I'm a kingdom earner and a kingdom builder for such a time as this. For such a time as this. For such a time as this. What I'm about to share with you will change your life and will change the trajectory of your results in this year. As we round up 48 days to the end of the year. Don't end the year the same way you started it. Do not end the year the same way you started it. I want you to, rise with conviction and tell yourself, I'm ending this year with a bang. It's not over until you win. It's not over until you win. It's not over until you win. Come on, everyone on Telegram. Let's move on to YouTube. Right? So let's move on. I'm ending this year with a bang. Just a second. So I'm saying that so that I can focus 100% in one place. I'm a bit kind of torn in between. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right. So let's start by unlocking the wealth potential in you. And it's going to be a combination of where we stopped last week, and then we move on to this week. All right. And move on to this week. Okay. Let's start by assessing. Want to unlock your wealth potential, right? Let's start by assessing your earning potential based on certain factors. We talked about this last week. Okay. So, in life, everything starts with assessment. So let's assess, where are we, right? What do you have, right? What do you have? There are critical questions you need to ask yourself. You're going to move from where you are to the next level. From where you are to the next level. There are critical questions that we need to ask ourselves. Okay. Now, it is this. Let's assess our earning potential based on certain factors. Listen, your earning capacity is the amount of money that is possible for you to make. You see, wealth is not a function of luck. Wealth is not a function of luck. It's not a function of miracle. Right? It's not a function of miracle. Even the prophets in the scriptures, First Kings and Second Kings, they still needed someone, human agency, to still feed them, to still do something for them. And even those women, it wasn't just abracadabra. It wasn't miracle money. What was it? They got instructions. They got instructions. Listen to me. You need instructions to fly. Write that down. You need instructions to fly. Do you understand? You need instructions to fly. It is said when it comes to, you only need to observe someone to walk. A child observes other people and other children walking. The child gets up and starts to walk, right? Number two, a person runs by skill. If you're going to run, if you're going to be a runner, you need skill. So you run by skills. But when it comes to flight, you fly by instruction. And that's why people are called instructors. Right? That's why people are called instructors. Instructors. So come on, say, I need instruction to fly. And that's why, please join. I'm not holding back. There are many people here. Do not end this year without participating in the financial boot camp, the financial mentorship boot camp. Do not. You need instructions to fly. I kind of just woke up this morning feeling like I've been talking a lot about, take your financial level to the next level, take your finances to the next level, and all of that. And somehow I kind of just have that feeling like a lot of people are not really working it out, because I know sometimes it's difficult to figure everything out by yourself. And that's why I created the financial boot camp, so that I can take you by the hand, especially this last one, right? Where I will be there personally. and mentor you personally and take you by the hand personally and show you how to practically practice all of these things I'm saying. It's not the hearer that is blessed, but the doer of the work. Do not let this year pass you by. Do not step into the new year having not been trained and without the tools for winning in the coming year. Do not do that to yourself, right? Your earning capacity is the amount of money that is possible for you to make based on certain factors. One, your level of education. Your level of education. Somebody said, okay, your level of education, your skills, the skills you have, your experiences and exposure, and the market conditions. All of these things are very important. Education is not necessarily the four walls of the school. In fact, life itself is education. It depends on how you harness the opportunities that life brings. You can begin to develop yourself. You can begin to take classes. You can begin to train your mind to think and solve problems. You can get on a personal growth journey. Do you understand? So education is not just the four walls. So don't say, oh, because I didn't go to a university, that means I can never be wealthy. There are so many people that never even saw the four walls of a classroom that are wealthy, right? It's just training your mind to think, right? It's training your mind to think. And don't forget, English is not education. It's just a language. So even for people that cannot speak English, they can be wealthy. As long as you can speak, as long as you can think, as long as you're strong enough to execute, everything starts from there, okay? So listen, there are certain factors: your level of education, your skills, your experience and exposure, and then the market condition. These are the conditions. These are the things you need to put into consideration when you want to talk about taking your wealth to a whole new level. So the question is, where are you leaving money on the table? Or where is God challenging you to increase? What is God saying to you, to take bold steps, to step out of your comfort zone, to do something you've never done? Do not allow this year end without you taking charge of your financial life, without you learning, right? Cracking your wealth code. Do not allow this year pass you by. Do not take the same attitude, right, and the same level of intelligence into the next year, expecting a different result. Do you understand? That is the definition of insanity. Doing things the same way you've always done it, now expecting supernatural results. Supernatural simply is your God super on your natural. Meaning, if there is no natural, the super of God cannot work. The grace of God times zero is still zero. God needs your input and then his own input. And there's a mix, and then it comes out as great results. The scripture says in Proverbs chapter 12, verse 24, it says, the diligent hand shall bear rule, but the lazy man will be put to forced labor. You don't want to be put to forced labor this year or next year or any other time. Then you've got to be diligent. And diligence starts with the mind. It starts with training. It starts with, stepping up your game, right? The diligent hand shall bear rule, but the lazy man will be put to forced labor. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18 says, remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you power to get wealth. God is not against your wealth. God is not against wealth building. He is the author of wealth creation, right? He is the author of wealth. Why would you send someone on an errand and you don't equip that person to thrive? God knows that if you're broke, you can't fulfill purpose. That if you're broke, your children will hate him and hate ministry and hate everything kingdom. God knows that if you're broke, there's just so much you can do for the kingdom. You will be worried. Trust me. You can't keep casting your cares when your house rent is due, your mortgage is due, when everything is due, your children's school fees due, there's no food, you've got kids. and all of that. Even the scripture says, he that will not provide for his family is worse than an unbeliever, worse than an infidel. So it is God's plan, and God has already factored it in his plan concerning your life. You were built to make profit. You were built to make profit. You were built to create value. You were built to be productive. You were built to create wealth. It's already in your DNA. It's already in your purpose DNA. Listen to me. I'm going to show you something today that will blow your mind. Listen, God does not bless empty hands. God does not bless empty hands. He blesses working, creating, multiplying hands. Come on, say, my hands are working hands. My hands are blessed because they are working hands. They are creating hands. They are multiplying hands. I multiply money. I create wealth and I multiply money. Listen to me. I want you to move from wishful thinking to intentional wealth action. Move from wishful thinking. If horses were, how is it said? If wishes were horses, even beggars would ride. If wishes were horses, even beggars would ride. Right? So I want you to move from wishful thinking to intentional wealth actions that can shift your financial realities and end your financial battles. It is possible. It is real. You must make that decision to step up your earning before the year ends. Come on, lift up your hand and say, I receive divine ideas, divine favor, divine energy to create, to multiply, and manage wealth with wisdom and excellence. Come on, say it again. I receive divine ideas, divine favor, divine energy to create, multiply, and manage wealth with wisdom and excellence. Now, let's look at how the steps now to supercharge. The steps to actionable steps to supercharge your income. Actionable steps. What are the steps? Number one, I'll say sign up. First of all, order for the Crack Your Wealth Code. So that even when I'm not there, you have your companion speaking. You have me speaking to you every day as you read it. There are certain books that I read over and over again. There are certain chapters that I read. There are certain things that I just go over and over again. So I fellowship with the author or the authors of that book, right? Of those books, so that the, virtue keeps flowing towards me. Don't wait until Wednesday. Because even this Wednesday, may I give you a sneak peek? It's going to kind of shut down. It's going to kind of shut down. Right? And why is it shutting down? Get into the finance, because, I kind of sometimes feel like I say so much, I give out so much, but people are not working it. They take it for granted. I'm grateful because I know, what we're going to do next month? We're going to have people that have worked the KBS, that have worked the wisdom that I've been given. I'm going to give you opportunity to share your testimonies live, right? I'm going to bring you up live all through December to inspire people that have just been stepping in and looking and doing nothing and just enjoying the adrenaline rush, right? I'm not here to give you adrenaline rush. I'm here to empower and equip you so that you can have practical tools to use to move your life forward. Do you understand? So that you have practical tools to move forward. And listen to me, and that's why I'm going to shut this down to once a month. And those who attend the financial boot camp, I will take my game there. Because seriously, after shouting for how many years, you are still not taking the financial mentorship boot camp. I'm not saying you're not serious, but I'm also saying you may not be too ready. And next year, I need to kind of, consolidate and shut down things that are not working well in my life so that I can put 100% on things that are working. And things that are working include people that are following. people that are following, and people that value the things I say enough to take action. Do you understand? So I'm going to put my energy, I'm not saying when, but I'll let you know when next year. I'm going to put my focus, my energy on people that I've gone through for the past 1 year, people that have actually gone through the financial mentorship boot camp. I'm going to bring them together in a community, and I'm going to train them to be more effective. And so we can now, because now they understand certain things, they have started doing certain things. So when they come together, I'm going to be able to go further with them. I'm going to be able to push harder and go even and be more specific and take KBS to once a month. But I'll tell you when that time comes. So I'm saying this is the last KBS, or this is the last financial mentorship bootcamp, and it's going to include investment. It's going to include in how to invest. Like we're moving into investments in this particular class. Do you understand? We're moving into investment, and so that we can move to a whole new level, right? So that it's not, we're moving to a whole new level. And that's why I said this last session is going to be practical, is going to be this last mentorship bootcamp is going to be live, because I'm going to be there live, right? I'm going to be there live, and it's going to be practical and all of that. So please join in. We're going to look at how to invest even in foreign companies and all of that put together. Okay, so let's go. So what am I saying? Step one, go to the financial mentorship. There's so many things I may not be able to say here that you will hear over there, right? Yes, it is 50,000 naira, $50, 50 pounds if you are ready. Let's go. For a while, it was 25. I gave 50% discount. People still, a few people, yeah, some people joined, but I realized now I'm taking off the discount. So the discount is out, and I've been saying it for like 2 months. The discount will be out. So now the discount is out. So it's back to the original amount. Join in. Perhaps by the next time you decide you want to join in, it will be 100,000, because I tell you, it is worth $1 million. It is worth $1 million. It is worth $1 million. And I can tell you that. So step one, audit your current finances. Know where you are. I've said this over and over again. Know where you are. Audit your current finances. Know where you are. Before you can multiply anything, you must measure it. Before you can multiply, you must be able to measure it. It makes sense, doesn't it? Know your numbers. Know your numbers. List your income sources. When it comes to finances, you can't be anyhow. You've got to be organized. You've got to be organized. In fact, most people lose financially not because they can't succeed, but because they are not organized. Do you understand? But because they are not organized. Know your numbers, right? Know your numbers. List your income sources. List your expenses, your assets, right? And your liabilities, your debts. List everything. Most people don't have a money problem, like I said. They have a management problem. Management problem. They are not good stewards of, of earthly resources. They are not good stewards of earthly resources. They don't have a money problem. They just have a management problem. There was a time somebody said, she said, when she looked at her bank statements and went through a young lady, and went through her account for the whole year, she realized 6 million had come and gone through her hands, and she didn't have no savings. 6 million, a young lady, not married, nothing. And she realized that 6 million had passed through her hands in 1 year, and she still did not have savings. That really broke her. And that was a great break-in, because from then on, she took things to the next level. She started setting goals. She started taking care of her finances. She started looking at things, and her financial situation improved, right? Drastically improved. So most people don't have a money problem. I know some people do, but some people do not have a money problem. They just have a management problem. And even I'll say everyone, because remember what I shared with you last week, the law of management. The law of management says that everything you need is already within you or around you. You just need to discover it. You just need to harness it and deploy it. Everything you need is already around or within you. So really, that's the part of management. Knowing what you have. What do I have within? What do I have around? What are my experiences, my skills, my exposure? Being able to put all of these things together. And that's why it takes training to be able to do that. To think, to ask yourself the right questions. The quality of questions you ask will determine the quality of answers you get. Do you understand? So ask yourself, how much do I actually earn monthly from all your sources? How much do you actually earn, right? From all your sources. Very important, right? How much do you actually earn? How much do you spend? Do you take note of your spending? How much do you spend? Where is leakage happening? Where is leakage happening in your life? What can you cut? What can you automate? What can you invest? Very important. Until you take note, you don't know you have anything. You don't know you have anything. Do you understand? The scripture says in Proverbs 27, verse 23, it says, be diligent to know the state of your flocks and attend to your herds. Be diligent to know the state of your flocks and attend to your herds. So in other ways, be diligent to know the state of your finances and attend to your income or your financial situation, right? So I'm going to give you an exercise. And that's why I said, I need you in that mention, because there's so many things I said do. There's no accountability. There's no accountability, right? And people don't do what they're not accountable for, what they're not held accountable for. But let's see. Now, this is an action plan. Create a 30-minute money review session weekly by yourself till the end of the year. A weekly money review session by yourself till the end of the year. You can't grow what you don't track. Meaning, track your income, every money that comes, every dollar, every naira, every whatever that comes into your hands, track it, write it down. Every amount you spend, write it down. Whatever. Write down if you have debts, write down your debts, write down your liabilities, write down your assets, right? And begin to have a money review, right? You've got to be your own first auditor. Audit your finances. You cannot grow what you do not track. Increase starts by knowing where you are. And then you can now plan a way to where you want to go. Step 2, set your, I called it the 60-day, but now it's 48-day earnings goals. Be specific, measurable, and audacious, right? Be specific, measurable, and audacious. Set a 48-day earning goal, right? Earnings goal. Clarity always creates power. It's lack of clarity that creates confusion. But clarity creates power. Don't say, I want to make more money. Say, I want to increase my income by 1 million in the next 48 days. Do you understand? Say, I want, you may not just say, just start first. Start with a goal. Start auditing your finances. That's step 1. Step 2, set a goal, an earnings goal. Remember, I mentioned last week that your greatest asset is your earning capacity. You got to take it serious. You got to, guys, no, let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. You are too shy to earn. You are too shy to sell your knowledge, to sell what you have, what you know you can do. Nobody knows what you do. You can't tell people this is what you do. I mean, if you're too shy to make money, you're too shy to also, if you're too shy to make money, then you're also too shy to earn. Simple, right? So you set your goal and say, in the next 60 days, I'm going to earn so. My income will increase by this amount. I'm going to have this amount. I'm going to set aside this amount I'm going to earn this amount for whatever. Why 60 days? Why 48 days? Why days? It's short enough to build a sense of urgency in you, and it's long enough to take bold action, right? It's short enough to build urgency, and it's long enough to take action, right? So smart well goals are like this. They are specific. That is, I will make X amount in profit by December 31st, right? They are measurable, meaning you can track progress weekly. You can track progress weekly. That's your money review session, your personal money review session. You can track that. It's measurable because you can track your progress weekly. It is actionable, meaning it is achievable. Pardon me. It is achievable, but audacious. That is, stretch your faith. Come out of your comfort zone. Stretch your faith. Come out of your comfort zone. It is achievable, but audacious. Stretch your faith, right? Just do something a little crazy. Set a goal that is just a little crazy, right? Stretch your faith. Smart wealth goals are relevant. That is, they align with your skills and the market demand, right? So you are practical. Your goals align, right, with your skills and the market demands. Do you understand what that means? Then it is time bound. Set clear deadlines. Set clear deadlines, right? God blesses intentional stewards. God blesses intentional stewards. Faith without specific works is dead. James chapter 2, verse 17. Faith without specific works is dead. God blesses intentional stewards. Now, another action plan is this. Write down your income goal for the next 60 days. Remember, we started this series at the beginning of October, making it 2 months. At the beginning of November. So 2 straight months. So 60 days. So write down your income goals for the next 60 days, right? And post them where you can see them. Post them where you can see them daily, so that it becomes a force, an active force in your life. Step 3, develop one new revenue stream. Start small, scale fast. Develop one new revenue stream. Start small, scale fast. One stream can dry up. Multiple streams bring stability. One stream can dry up. Multiple streams bring stability. Let's look at quick ideas for quick new streams, right? Ideas for quick new streams. Ooh, this is why I said, first of all, there are so many things that a human being can do. There are so many things. We just need to organize. We need to know them, then organize. And that's why growth is very important. Growth builds your capacity to think. Growth builds your training, mentorship, right? That training and mentorship cause growth, right? Reading, they cause growth. Now, this puts you in a position where you can think. Most people, they can't think. They can't, and that's why you need mentorship. That's the strength and the power of mentorship. Most people can't think. They need help with thinking. In fact, I said to myself, sometimes I just ask PV some questions, because sometimes I need somebody to help me think. Sometimes I need somebody to help me think. I pick up a book because I want to intermingle with the wisdom of that person, right? Sometimes I take a course because I want to just sit down under somebody else and learn, because that's where inspiration comes from. I just want to sit under somebody and learn. That's where inspiration comes from, right? If you have finer shoes, then you have a finer head. How do I know you have a finer head? If you have finer bags, finer weave on, and you've not invested in your mind, what are you doing? Guys, you buy gadgets and you've not spent money on your education, on your growth. That's not world class. And that's definitely not kingdom class. There are times you go back to back. This is a time for seed sowing. The farmer knows that. There's a season to sow seed and there's a season to reap. But you see, the farmer that tries to reap or sleeps during seed time when it's supposed to be planted will have nothing when it's time to reap. So you need to understand, when you are not there yet, you need to get your money and invest in things that will develop you, that will equip you, that will expand your capacity, because you understand, as a growth person, the capacity is what you need for wealth creation. So, quick ideas for quick news streams. Launch a new book, a digital course, a book, an ebook, right? Offer consulting, something you know. What do you know? Tell people, offer consulting. I'm telling you, sometimes we overthink it. Sell a product, offer consulting, offer freelance services. You have a skill, you know how to design websites, you know, whatever. Offer something. Do you know you can be home and you're earning income? I have someone told me recently she got this new assistant that is fantastic, very amazing. Now what happened? This lady had to stop working because she was pregnant and she just had a baby. So she's at home nursing a baby and earning income well. The problem is many people are too lazy to think, too lazy to work, right? You get a job, you can't put your weight, you can't pull yourself. You get an opportunity, you can't put your mind. That is why people are broke. It's not lack of opportunities, it's lack of diligence. I mean, this person who told me about, she's so excited about this, a new person, and they've been on it for a few months now, and it's great. She's thinking about how to increase her salary and thinking about this. Do you understand? What is wrong with our generation? What is wrong with the next generation? Most people, the problems, most people are not diligent enough. Say thou a man that is diligent in his work, he will stand before great men and not before mean men. Right? Offer freelance services, coaching, consulting. What do you do well? What can you help? What have you learned? What do you know very well? There are people that don't know it. You know, in life, we all choose our battles. And we choose the areas we can do. The Jewish community, it is said that that's why as a Jew, you have to be wealthy. As a believer, you have to be wealthy. Do you understand? We shortchange ourselves just because our minds are too small. In the Jewish community, they do business amongst themselves. You know what they do? Now, you are a lawnmower. You must focus on that lawn mowing. And then when it comes to washing, you don't wash yourself. You give it to the washman. The washman does washing. When he needs to mow his lawn, he gives it to the lawnmower. The truth is, there's not one human being that is an embodiment of all knowledge in this life. Nobody. So we choose areas. Sometimes you found yourself in that area, not intentionally, but somebody does know that, you know, life circumstances, you had to learn this, you knew this, or whatever. Now, have you mastered something? There's somebody out there that needs it. But if you don't own it, hone it, present it in a way that it can be acceptable, it can be appreciated, you will, you know, the person will just sit down on top of your pot of gold and you live in penury like the woman that they were about to take her sons away in 2 Kings. And yet she had a pot of gold in her kitchen, the little oil that she despised. The little oil, and nobody will want that. It's not important. It's not useful. It's not valuable. So you think. Sell a product line for the holiday season. Christmas is coming. Sell a product line for the holiday season. What can you sell? And don't necessarily just say hamper, because that's, that lacks creativity, except you have the network. But there are still other things. Not to say there's anything wrong with hamper, but you see, somebody has made hamper work, right? Now everybody just says, oh, hamper works Christmas, so we do it. And yet you don't have the networks. You don't have the connection. Do you understand? If you have the connection, you have the network, that's fine. But if not, don't just say hamper. Do you understand? Don't just say hamper. What can you sell? What product line can you sell for this holiday season, right? You can also start affiliate partnerships, resale collaborations. Somebody has something, you can sell for them, right? Somebody has something, you can sell for them. One of my dear friends started something recently, started selling corn. But this sweet corn, I'm telling you, you can place orders. You can just say, these corns are so sweet. It's not like African corn at all. It's like kind of corn you eat in a restaurant when you go to England, when you go abroad. Those soft, nice, sweet, like sweet corn packaged in a can. But how? Someone told about a farmer or a farm that produces these corns. So she went there, negotiated with the farmer, and then she gets supplies, and then she markets it and sells. Do you understand? And then she doesn't know how it is produced. She doesn't, she's not a farmer. She doesn't do that. And I heard that the first month, she made a lot of money. And she's doing it now. I love that corn so much that when I got back from my trip, recently, before I came back, I said, please supply me that corn. Just supply me that. I'm not a corn person, but I particularly love sweet corn. So I said, please supply me corn before I land, so that when I come, I'm just going to dig my teeth into that. Now, that's someone that is producing a value chain, and she's getting paid for it. So who can you collaborate with? Affiliate partnerships. Do you understand? Come sell my courses. Come sell my books. Every believer, listen to what I'm about to say and write this down. Never, ever in your life forget it. Never, ever forget it. Every believer should have both a calling and a commerce. And I hope you understand that. Every responsible believer should have both a calling and a commerce. Because usually God gives you the gift for ministry, gift for purpose, and all of to solve problems. But listen, that's entrepreneur. It's also the gift of enterprise, isn't it? It's also the gift of enterprise. Everyone should have a calling and a commerce. Don't forget that. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2. I'm telling you, people are rotting in poverty and are borrowing, because how will you survive? How will you survive? Apart from borrowing. If you know anybody that is struggling financially, please send them to me. Bring them to KBS, then send them to the financial mentorship bootcamp. They will pay. It is better you borrow money to get an education than to borrow money to eat. You are borrowing anyway. And I'm not saying go and borrow. But do you understand what I'm trying to say? You need to be desperate about your own education. Because you see, illiteracy, financial illiteracy is not an excuse. We're sitting there, we're broke, things are not working. Something should, it's like spiritual blindness. It's like mind blindness. You're not able to partner. Every time, oh, I left the network because I didn't have money. Excuse me. There's nothing as annoying as that. Excuse me. And KBS is here every Wednesday. Can you see how I'm shouting? After KBS, it's almost as if I lose my It's almost as if I lose my voice. I'm here shouting every Wednesday. 4 Wednesdays in a month. And you're still broke. I should beat you. I should beat you. Like, seriously. I should spank you. You get what I mean? It's blindness. Now pray and say, God, open the eyes of my understanding. And you know what? God has answered that prayer. Go to financial mentorship bootcamp, my friend. If there are people in your, my heart breaks over and over. There's one thing, you see, I want to raise people for ministry. I want to raise people to crack their wealth code. I hate it. Children suffer a lot. Imagine a child. It's not the child's fault. And that's where a lot of low self-esteem comes from. Because when a child cannot have basic meal, basic things, and you are still sitting there knocking on people's doors, get yourself out of where you are. That is the miracle. God has answered your prayer. Enroll in the financial mentorship bootcamp. Buy the books that I've written. Crack your wealth code. Mastering money. There are so many books out there that you can read that I've recommended. Get in under mentorship. The problem, people are too proud to be mentored. You think you know it, and yet it's not changing. You think you know it, and yet you're still broke. Get under mentorship. I don't have money. And that's why people keep staying where they are. It's as if that I don't have money has become a song. I don't have money, so I can't do. I don't have money, so I can't. I don't have money, so I'm leaving the network. I don't have money, so I'm this. No, stop being broke in your mind. Brokenness starts in the mind. It's not a function of the hand. What about how can I make money? What about a twist? How can I earn? How can I earn enough to at least give? Let me start by earning enough to give. Let me give. Let me be a partner. Let me set a goal for that. How about that? Than quitting because you've given up on yourself. Some people join churches and join networks just so that they can be in a community to beg. No, I do not respect beggars. I respect workers. People that understand, I don't know what to do. You know, RD, right now, this is where I'm broke. I'm not asking you to give me anything. I'm saying I want to learn from you. Come on. Come on. Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 2. It says, give a portion to 7, yes to 8. For you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Give a portion to 7, yes to 8. For you don't know. And that's what we're saying. Do you understand? Develop one new revenue stream, right? Ask yourself, action plan. What skill, what product, what knowledge do I already have? What product do I have access to? Do I have access to? What skill, what product, what knowledge do I already have that can produce income if packaged and properly promoted? Then act this week. I dare you to act this week. Step 4, we need to round off. Wow, we may not be able to finish. We'll finish up next week. Yeah, we'll finish next week. So don't let me rush into it. But let's step 4, invest in yourself. And we'll round off here. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Courses. Ooh, how do I say this so you understand? Because all my life, I've spent most of my life growing, learning, developing. Do you understand? And I'm at this point in my life where my main responsibility is to invest in others. I've spent 30 years of my life developing myself, growing my capacity, developing my spiritual, mental, emotional, everything, capacity, including my financial capacity. I've invested my life, right? When my age mates were just busy making money, I was investing my life. At this point in time, I feel a compulsion to raise the next generation and to pour myself into people. However, one thing I've come to realize is a lot of people do not appreciate growth. Another season will come, and the question will be, am I still seeking for mentorship, or have I become a mentor? Am I still seeking for someone to take me by the hand because I'm still blind? I'm still as blind as I was when I was 25. I'm still as blind as I was when I was 30 because I refuse to grow. I refuse mentorship. Invest in yourself. And that's why I create courses and write books, because I can. Because it's out of my desire and passion to help you. Listen, invest in yourself. Courses, mentorship, free or paid. But don't go for free mentorship. I bet you. Don't go for free mentorship. I'm telling you. Value costs. Go for certification. What are you doing with your life? The next 5 years. I don't have money. I'm too old. But 5 years will come. Do you realize that? And the question is, who am I going to be in 5 years' time? Am I still going to be making excuses? Or would my life have changed because I've taken action? I've started doing something. I've stopped giving excuses. I don't have money. I don't have time. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too this. I'm too that. You are your greatest asset. You are your greatest asset, or your greatest investment. And your earning capacity is your greatest asset. Before you invest in properties or stocks, or, invest in capacity building. At the age of 20, I think I finished 23. At the age of 23, I knew exactly what I wanted to do when I was 30. And that was, I want to be a capacity builder. I want to help people build capacity. I want to help people build their capacity for things, because I realize that, listen, success is achievable, is attainable, is available. But most people cannot lay hold on it because they've not built capacity. So I realized if you're going to be great, you need to build capacity. And in my young mind, by the Spirit of God, I just knew that's what I needed to do. And guess what I'm doing? I'm helping people build spiritual capacities, right? Through spiritual growth journeys and spiritual growth plan and this. I'm helping people build capacity in their personal development. And that's why I have the Evolve Academy, and I have all the academies that I have. I'm helping people build capacity financially. That's why I'm taking KBS. Why do you think I will be waking up early in the morning instead of praying, investing in myself and meditating and doing other things? I'm right here on YouTube, on Telegram, teaching you about how to crack your wealth code, because I'm passionate about your rising. I'm passionate about your growth. And because I know that in the future, if I don't train you, who will give to the things that God has placed in my heart to do? You. But how will you be able to do it? How are we going to be able to do big things? How are we going to build universities? How are we going to build the missions the school, the mission school that can accommodate 500 people? If you're broke, how are we going to take the world? How will Habakkuk 2:14 become a reality? How are we going to be able to start movements in 193 countries of the earth if you are broke? And God, the way God did it, it's all of us. We all have to come together to do big things. Right? Before you invest in things, invest in your own capacity. Build your capacity. Upgrade your skill set. Upgrade your skill set. No, we can't afford to be broke. We can't afford to be broke. Upgrade your skill set. Now, take, a course, skill course in your skill. Enroll. I always say, when you're following a mentor, the first thing you do is to do what? Do you understand? Some people just like mentorship. They don't even understand what mentor. I wrote a book called The Art of Following, or The Art of Followership, or Following, right? I wrote a book that we're working on now. It's done, but we're working on it and all of that. And in there, I talked about becoming the kind of mentee that any mentor wants to pour into, any mentor wants to invest in. Because you see, it's not because you need a mentor that you will get a mentor. Because you see, there are certain things, certain criteria that you need to achieve or you need to attain for you to become, attractive, that a mentor feels like, wow, I want to invest in you as a person. Do you understand? You say, RD is my mentor. How many of my books have you read? Oh, somebody sent me a message and said, RD, I've read about almost 20 of your books. I think about 20 of my books. And I said, tell me something. And she listed everything. I said, by the end of this month, of this year, I'd have read, she said, I'm your most dedicated, or something like that, most dedicated mentee, follower. And I said, that's true. I was blown away. What is meant? Words, it's not physical. It's not let's sit down together. Some people waste so much of your time just sitting together to talk what is not. When you've not developed capacity, you've not done the little things, you've not read no book, you've not read my books, you've not attended my trainings. Do you understand? There are people I notice just because I keep seeing them around me, not physically, but I keep seeing them around me. I notice their names. So when eventually I meet them, like, oh, so you're the one. I'm interested because I know you've been following, you've been listening to my words. You've been listening to my words. You're not my follower if you're not my mentee. I may be your mentor, I'm a mentor to many, to thousands, but they're not my mentees. Do you attend baby religiously? You must be eager to hear your mentor's voice. Do you attend baby religiously? We started Man Cave. Hey, I closed it down. I said, it looks like men are not serious. I closed it down. I said, because men are not serious. We will have Man Cave. I'll see 25 people. No, that's not worth my time. That's not worth my time. When I relaunch, I'm going to relaunch differently. You won't come, but you want me to mentor you. You won't come, but you want me to how will I mentor you apart from my words? KBS, do you show up? Do you show up? You understand? There's Evolve Academy, there's LLBI, there's this, there's that. I have books. How many people have bought Mastering Money? How many people have bought Living Life by Design? I have the records. How many people have ordered for Crack Your Wealth Code? And this lady said, I'm waiting for Crack Your Wealth Code. I've read 20, and she listed all the books. I'm waiting for Crack Your Wealth Code. Somebody sent money and said, please, can send to my people, my staff, and said, can you please send me all RD's printed copies? How much? Send the money. They took everything that was available, transported it to her. That is a mentee that is following. You cannot follow by just sitting down and talking. No, even if you're sitting down to talk, you need to inspire by saying, I read a book. You said this in the book. Please, can you explain? I've been reading, I've been so excited about this. This is what has been happening. Do you not think I'm going to say, you know what? Come, let's talk. Oh, blessed are you when your mentor said, come, let's talk. Join a mentorship program. Get certifications that will raise your value. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. What you learn determines what you earn. What you learn determines what you earn. Decide on one growth investment you'll make this month. Then, even if it stretches you, should I tell you something? If I were you, right? The greatest growth investment you can make this month is to sign up for what? For the financial bootcamp. I'm going to be there live. Find the money. I'm going to be there live. I'm going to add investment. I'm going to help you go through this cracking your wealth code. It's going to be great. Don't miss it. Someone said, I'm young. So don't you buy wig? Don't you buy phones? Where is your heart? Where is your heart? And we're going to stop here. Get into the financial bootcamp. Order for the Crack Your Wealth Code now. And get ready, because like I said, I'll let you know when I'm going to shut down KBS, and I'm going to reduce it to just once a month. And I'm going to focus on my community, the real mentees, people that think that it is valuable enough to follow me and learn from me and be better. And you see, when you do that, you do it for yourself. You do it for yourself, not for me. You're not giving me your money apart from partnering with me. Do you understand what I mean? You do it for yourself. You do it once and for all. Get into my closed door mentorship from there, because they are the ones I'll be meeting up with after that. And I've said it, I'll probably not say it again until it happens. When it happens, how? Do you understand? No, say, how? I'm telling you now, get on board. This is the last one that we're having this year. Join in and let's crack our wealth code. Let's supercharge our income before the end of the year. Do you understand? Now, before we round off, and we're going to take a quick faith declaration. But before we round off, I need you to listen to me. If you're a woman, or a man, right, listening to me right now, I have this 1-day workshop coming up in January and a weekend workshop coming up in December. It's called Living Life. It's called Life by Design. Life by Design Strategy Lab. Life by Design Strategy Lab. Now, this is how it works. For the online version, that is people that are not within Lagos or that cannot come in to Lagos for that 1-day workshop, we have in December on the, I think, is it 17th or 19th? Anyway, December, we have a whole weekend of looking at your life, strategizing, helping you answer certain questions. I'll give you loads of assessments to do. At the end of the day, you're going to walk out of that place with clarity, that weekend with clarity, knowing where to pour your life in for the next 10 years. You'll walk out of that place knowing who you are, being confident, becoming, being able to make your own decisions. You'll walk out of there knowing the skills and the things you need to invest in. You'll walk out of there knowing how to earn. It's a personal development thing. It's a life assessment thing. It's a life stripping thing. It's a laboratory. 1 week, only 12 people. Only 12. Right? In January, it's going to be a full day workshop. Physical. We're going to meet up together. We're going to shut the door. Imagine sitting across the table with me. Only 12 people. And we're tearing down your life in a good way and rebuilding the parts of your life. You leave that place with clarity, with a mission statement. You leave that place knowing exactly what to do and how to live your life. You are no longer confused. You're clear about who you are, where you're going, what to do, how to do, what to invest in for the next 10 years of your life. Join in by sending me a mail at drarifalo@gmail.com. drarifalo@gmail.com. and say Life by Design Strategy Lab or Strategy Lab. I will send you a questionnaire. And that questionnaire, how you answer it, will determine the 12 I'm going to work with. It is not free. It is not expensive. It is 100,000. A full day. We sit together. We break down things. We put things together. 100,000 naira, not dollars, right? It is $120, 100 pounds. If you are interested in the online or the physical, send a mail now. I already have about 12 people. Send in a mail now, right? Send in a mail now, and then you will get the questionnaire. When you get the questionnaire, I will look through the questions, I'll look through your answers, and I will let you know if you qualify for the 12 or the online, depending on which one it is, or the physical. DrArifalo@gmail.com. Send it in. Your life will never be the same again. You know, things change when your life opens up to you, you know, and that is what I'm gifted for. That is what I do the best. I help people discover their purpose spiritually, but I also help them discover their commerce, discover themselves in such an incredible way. And that's really what I want to do. If you're online, you're not in Lagos, or you cannot make it to Lagos, then we will do it online the whole weekend, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But if you're physical, we have it a whole day together. We sit down together and in a lab. You know, lab is where you do experiments. Yeah, it's a nurse, it's a Montessori, it's a lab, right? It's a strategy lab, it's a life strategy lab. You're going to go there with your own mixture. You're going to go there having designed your own life. Don't joke with it. I'm not playing. I love that thing. Don't play. I'm not playing. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. And I'll be having it every now and then, maybe 3 in a year. So if you don't qualify now, maybe next time. But send a mail, drarifalo@gmail. Please, can someone type it? I can't see my admins. Please type it, drarifalo@gmail.com. Enough of wandering through the valleys. Enough of going through the wilderness. Do you understand? Enough of going through the wilderness. Enough of just going round and round. Please don't put it on YouTube. I can't see it there. drarifalo@gmail.com. Enough of just going round and round in circles. It's time to move to the next level, guys. It's time to change your levels. It's time to change your levels. You know, I wish I had someone that is as passionate as I am about me, like I am about you. But now it's not going to be free. It's not going to be free. People do not appreciate, value, or get blessed by extremely free things. I think I give you enough free things. But if you're going to go for more, if you're going to stand out from the crowd, join me in the closed door session and let's explode your lives. Okay? Now let's say this. Finally, the faith declaration. Say this with conviction. I carry the grace for wealth creation. I do not chase money. Money recognizes my value and follows me. Come on, say, I do not chase money, but money chases me down. Overflowing measure. Money flows to me like a river. I'm a solution provider. I'm a light in the marketplace and a steward of God's divine resources. My storehouses are full. Come on, my storehouses are full. My seed is blessed. My harvest is abundant. I finished this year strong. I finished prosperous. I finished position for kingdom expansion. I'm walking in divine favor, wisdom, and increase, all to the glory of God. In the name of Jesus. Come on, celebrate yourselves. Celebrate yourselves. Have you been blessed today? Come on, let me hear from you. Like the YouTube page. If you're on, or even if you're not, please go to the YouTube page leave a comment, and like, subscribe. Okay? Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. What have you learned today? Leave it in the chat box. What have you learned today? Write something in the chat box before you go. All right? Don't forget, get the Crack Your Wealth Code. I want to see Crack Your Wealth Code link buzzing. I want to see it buzzing. Right? Do your wealth code. Okay? Don't worry, Maria. I'll send it to you. Just send me a message. I'll send it to you. Right? So, what? Number one, Crack Your Wealth Code. That's the first level. Right? I'm even going to ask you when you send me. Have you ordered for Crack Your Wealth Code? Have you got Life by Design book? Those are little things you can start with. Right? Crack Your Wealth Code. Number two, sign up for the Financial Mentorship Bootcamp. Number three, sign up, send a mail, right, to drfalo@gmail.com to be a part of the first ever Life by Design Strategy Lab. Coming up in December, the online version and the physical version coming up in January. I think second Saturday in January. Closed door, locked down. Let's go there. Are you ready? Are you getting ready for the end of the year? Listen to me. For somebody, your year is just starting. For somebody, your year is just starting. For somebody, your year is just about to begin. It's not over yet until you win. All right? So I'm going to put all the links on the Telegram, right? All the links to all these things I've said. The Crack Your Wealth Code. So right now, as soon as I'm offline, I'm going to, the admin is going to post everything. The number one financial bootcamp, Life by Design, Strategy Lab, and Crack Your Wealth Code. See you next Wednesday. All the best. God bless you. I love you. And I believe in you. We can do this together. We can. God bless you.